In this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you the 4 plugins I constantly use on drums. Let's get into the video. The first plugin we have here is the IK Multimedia's Comprexxor. Now this is a straight up emulation of the distressor unit. How this unit operates, this is first of all a compressor. We have the ratio section, we have attack release, basic controls. We don't have a threshold, we have the input and the output. With input, this is basically how we control the amount of gain reduction. And this unit sounds flawless. The way I set this up, I usually go for 4:1 ratio. There are different things where I go for either lower or higher ratio. I use slow attack, a bit faster release. I use this distew mode. Now this distew mode introduces second order harmonics to my drums, which really gives that fat low end and really makes the drums stand up front in the mix. I also engaged a bit of that high pass filter here, just to make sure I retain the low end, and I'm controlling this tone knob. Now let me show you the differences before and after and why I use this plugin. Do you remember when I said where your money goes after you buy something from a shop, either preset packs or something? Into analog gear, and I got tons of it. But I got one more thing. This is that thing that controls how smooth the camera goes when I record some shots and something. And you probably think I know how to control all of this, but I have no idea. There are buttons and but I don't know how this specific thing works. Buying something that I don't know how it works. I'm not a videographer, I'm not a photographer. I only buy things, that I suppose will be useful. So now, let's get back to the video. The second plugin on the list is this BX Console Focusrite SC. Now this is an amazing channel strip and a console, if I can call it like this, because it has different features and it really reminds me of that analog console and that basically legendary hardware that we all know about. So we have a compression section, we have gating, we have advanced filtering, we also have this bell and these shell filters. So I'm using this combination to really give my drums that initial snap and make sure they sound tight and very polished. So I use some of the compression here. You can see the settings. I used gating, but in this case I didn't like how this gate sounds, so I just avoided using gating. You can also use this as an expander, but I didn't need this for these specific drums. I used a bit of this filtering for the compressor and I really shaped the drums using this filter. So these filters are mainly enhancing the sound and I'm also matching the gain. Now let me show you the differences before and after and, of course, why I use this plugin. The most powerful plugin you can have for drums is the Saturn 2. Now if you pair Saturn 2 with my Saturn 2 preset pack, congratulations, you just got yourself an undefeated plugin in every single manner, because I use this Saturn 2 as my transient shaper, as you can see here from the preset. Now it's located under mastering presets, but you can use it also for mixing as well as other presets I have here. What I did here is I used 2 envelopes that I routed to my output here, as you can see, and I made this work as a transient shaper, with an addition of saturation, of course. So this preset is the best you can shape your drums. So without me actually telling you about this, let me just show you the audio example and you'll hear for yourself. By the way, this is the same peak level. The fourth plugin is another emulation of the legendary unit. Now if you have this within your hardware system, I'm really jealous of you. However, if you don't, we're okay. Because Chandler Limited Germanium compressor is something that introduces that character on drums that you can't really replicate with any other processor, and it really gives a very unique effect to it. It's a very simple unit, you can also use it in mid-side mode, however I went for regular stereo mode here. I raised the input gain until I get some gain reduction. I used a bit of sidechain filtering, 4:1 ratio, germ soft. For drums you can go with any mode here, but I felt like germ soft really gives that soft touch of compression to my drums and also that coloration. I went for slower attack, so we can actually keep the initial transient. I went for faster release, and the thing here is this Germanium drive and this feedback. This is where I get that coloration and that really flavor from this specific unit. So as you can see, I went very hard with this and it sounds insane, and I also matched the loudness as you can see here on this output knob. Now you can go for dirty comp or clean compression. So now I'll showcase both modes and you let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you once again for watching the video. Hopefully you'll find this helpful as you do my other content. Again, a quick reminder, everything you buy from our store or you invest in this brand goes into analog gear, into hardware, into videos. As you can see, I also buy something that I don't know how to use yet, but I'll find out how to use this videographic equipment. If it's called like this, if it's not, videographers correct me in the comments. And yeah, but it's important that I know how to use all of this hardware and all this software. So yeah, see you in the next video. Let me know if you have some recommendations for the future videos. Take care.